If you've ever thought about starting a cleaning business but felt overwhelmed by all of the advice online, this video is for you. I'm gonna walk you through how to start a cleaning business from scratch in a way that actually makes sense if you've never owned a business before. We're not just talking about supplies or pricing, we're talking about how this works once you start getting real clients, real payments, and real responsibility. By the end of this video, you'll understand the different ways cleaning businesses make money, how people scale them, and what systems actually matter as you grow. I'm Erin from Side Hustle Mastery. Let's get into it. Why cleaning is a real business and not a side hustle. Most people think cleaning is just a side hustle, something temporary, something you do until you figure out what you really want to do. But when a cleaning business is run correctly, it's actually one of the most stable service businesses out there. It's recurring, it's predictable, and people need it whether the economy is good or bad. The cleaners who scale aren't the ones who clean better or work harder. They're the ones who stop treating cleaning like labor and start treating it like a business. Because at its core, a cleaning business is simple: systems plus sales. Once you understand that, everything else starts to make sense, like pricing, hiring, scaling, and why some cleaning businesses stay small while others grow into 6- and 7-figure businesses. The 3 cleaning business models you need to know. So there are 3 main cleaning business models: solo cleaner, small team, mass expansion. None of these are better than the others. They just fit different income goals and lifestyles. So let's break each one down. Model 1, solo cleaner. Solo cleaning is where most people start. This usually means cleaning residential homes or small offices, often in the evenings or on the weekends, and doing all of the work yourself while communicating directly with clients. You're in full control of your scheduling, your pricing, and workload, which is why this model feels approachable in the beginning. For example, cleaning just one small office after hours can bring in around $2,000 per month from a single client. Some solo residential cleaners are even able to reach 6 figures by charging premium rates and working with fewer, higher quality clients instead of packing their schedule with low-paying jobs. The main limitation of this model is time. Because you're the one doing the cleaning, your income is directly tied to how many hours you can physically work in a week. At a certain point, you either raise prices or you hit a ceiling, and that's usually when people start considering the next model. Model 2, small team. This is the stage where a cleaning business stops feeling like a side hustle and starts feeling like a real business. Instead of doing every job yourself, you bring on your first helper. Most people start with subcontractors because they're easier to manage early on and give you flexibility while you're still figuring things out. At this stage, the biggest mistake people make is trying to keep everything in their head: who's paid, who hasn't, what you owe helpers, which jobs are actually profitable. And when money starts moving through the business, clarity matters more than the hustle. That's where tools like FreshBooks are helpful, not because they're fancy, but because they give you a simple way to invoice clients, track payments, see expenses, and understand what you're actually taking home without the spreadsheets or guesswork. It gives you a clear picture of the business side so you can make better decisions instead of guessing. This becomes even more important once you're dealing with recurring contracts and paying other people. When your finances are organized, the business feels lighter and easier to grow. If you're building a small team and want a clean way to manage money as things get real, you can use the link down below to check out FreshBooks. Model number 3, mass expansion. Mass expansion is the point where you stop thinking like a cleaner and start thinking like an owner. At this stage, you're no longer focused on doing the work yourself. You're definitely focused on building systems that allow the work to happen without you being involved in every single detail. And that means thinking about lead flow, training, scheduling, and quality control instead of just jobs and hours. This is where something like ClickUp becomes powerful, not as a complicated tool, but as a central place where your business actually lives, instead of information being scattered across your texts, your emails, your notes, and your memory. Everything is organized in one system. Clients, jobs, checklists, training materials, and standard operating procedures all live in one place so nothing falls through the cracks. When you're managing multiple teams or multiple contracts, this kind of structure is what prevents burnout. You're not constantly reacting or trying to remember what needs to happen next. The system tells you tasks are clear, expectations are documented, new hires can be trained without you explaining everything from scratch, scratch every time. That's how owners manage growth without losing control. The business becomes easier to run as it gets bigger instead of more chaotic. If you're ready to build systems for lead flow, training, and quality control, you can use the link below to access ClickUp and start organizing your business like an owner instead of carrying everything in your head. Why commercial contracts scale better? Commercial contracts scale better because the work is predictable. The tasks are the same, the schedule doesn't change, and most of the work happens at night when offices and banks are empty. That consistency makes planning easier. You're not constantly adjusting to new requests, last-minute changes, or different expectations from one job to the next. The work becomes repeatable, and repeatable work is what systems are built on. There's also less emotion involved compared to residential cleaning. Commercial clients care about reliability and results, not personal preferences or constant communication. And that means fewer reschedules, fewer complaints, and fewer interruptions to the workflow. When the work is predictable, training is simpler, scheduling is cleaner, quality control is easier, and scaling doesn't feel chaotic. That's why most larger cleaning companies are built on commercial contracts. Not because the work is easier, but because the structure makes growth possible. The $1,000 per day framework. Instead of chasing dozens of small, low-paying jobs, scalable cleaning businesses think in terms of daily revenue. The idea behind the $1,000 per day framework is simple. You build your schedule around a smaller number of contracts that each contribute a predictable amount every day. Most commercial contracts can be priced to clear somewhere between $50 and $100 per night. When you stack enough of those together, daily revenue becomes steady and easier to manage. The minimum job size is usually around an hour and a half, which helps keep operations efficient without constantly bouncing between locations. What makes this framework work isn't just pricing. Again, it's consistency. When jobs are recurring and contracts are predictable, you're no longer guessing how much money you'll make this month. You can actually forecast it, and that's where having clean financial tracking matters. Tools like FreshBooks help you see recurring income, track payments, and understand exactly what each contract is contributing to the business. When you know what's coming in and what's going out, growth becomes intentional. You're not saying yes to every job out of fear. You're choosing contracts that fit your revenue goals and your capacity. That's the difference between running a cleaning business that feels chaotic and running one that feels controlled and scalable. Lifetime value thinking. This is where most beginners underprice, not because they're bad at math, but because they're only thinking about today's job instead of the entire relationship. When someone pays you $200 for a single cleaning, it doesn't feel like much, but if that same client pays $200 every week for 10 years, that one client is worth over $100,000 to the business. The same thing applies to commercial work. A contract paying $2,500 per month for 5 years is worth $150,000, and that's from one agreement. When you understand lifetime value, pricing stops being emotional. You're no longer asking, will they say yes to this price? You're asking, is this the right client to build long-term with? This mindset changes everything. You stop chasing cheap one-off jobs that drain your time. You focus on clients who want that consistency, reliability, and a long-term partner, not just the lowest price. That's how cleaning businesses become stable, not by landing more jobs, but by building fewer, better relationships that last for years. Once you realize this isn't just a side hustle anymore, the next real step is making it official. And this isn't about looking professional, it's about changing how the business actually operates. Setting up an LLC and getting the proper licenses does 3 important things. First, it separates you from the business. That means if something goes wrong, a client disputes, property damage, or a contract issue, you're not personally exposed in the same way. Second, it builds trust. Commercial clients, offices, and property managers are far more likely to hire a registered business and someone operating informally. And third, it changes how you treat the business. Once it's legitimate, decisions feel more intentional. Pricing improves, boundaries get clearer, the business stops feeling temporary. Most people don't avoid this step because they're lazy. They avoid it because it feels confusing. What structure do you choose? What licenses apply in your state? Do you need local permits? What comes first? And that uncertainty is usually what causes people to delay, even when the business is already making money. This is where LegalZoom is useful instead of piecing together information from different websites or worrying about missing a step. LegalZoom walks you through forming your LLC and getting the required licenses in the correct order based on your location. You answer a few questions and the structure gets handled properly from the start. That matters because mistakes here can be expensive later on. Fixing filings, redoing registrations, or realizing you should have set things up differently once you already have clients is way more stressful than doing it right the first time. When the paperwork is handled, your focus goes back to where it belongs, like getting clients, delivering consistent service, and growing the business. If you're ready to turn this into a real operation, instead of just taking jobs on the side, you can use the link below to get started with LegalZoom and take care of the setup without the overwhelm. Is a cleaning business right for you? Before you start, it's worth asking yourself a few honest questions. Do you want to stay solo, or are you eventually open to managing people? Are you okay with scheduling, coordination, and basic operations, not just the hands-on work? And do you want repeat predictable income instead of constantly chasing the next gig? A cleaning business isn't about passion or hype. It's all about consistency, showing up, delivering the same result over and over again. If you like structure, routine, and knowing what your income will look like month to month, this business fits that mindset really well. And the demand doesn't disappear when the economy slows down. Offices to be cleaned, medical buildings still need maintenance, and businesses still need clean spaces to operate. That stability is what makes cleaning such a reliable model. It's not glamorous, but it works, and for the right person, it can be a very solid business. Simple beginner action plan. If you're wondering where to actually start, keep it simple. First, decide which business model makes the most sense for you right now, whether that's staying solo, building a small team, or eventually scaling bigger. Then I want you to choose the type of clients you want to focus on, so you're not trying to serve everyone at once. Next, set a realistic first income goal and define your minimum job size so you're not taking on work that doesn't move you forward. From there, focus on landing your first clients and getting comfortable delivering consistent service. As the business grows, that's when you start improving systems, not all at once, but gradually as you need them. You don't need everything to be perfect before you begin. What actually matters is clarity about what you're building and consistency in how you show up. That's what creates momentum. If you're ready to take the next step, I recommend LegalZoom to set up your LLC and licenses, FreshBooks to manage your money, contracts, and payments, and ClickUp to organize your operations as you scale. All of those tools are linked down below. I'm Erin from Side Hustle Mastery. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.